stop our need. A lot of way back home coming in from the... Hey, good afternoon. This is Andy. Listen, I have a question for you. Should you use DuckDuckGo instead of Google? Well, that's a big important question. That's a lot of people are concerned right now with should they or shouldn't they? And it's all about privacy. Do you care that you're being tracked on your searches? And just to give you evidence that you are, so let's say that you are using a web browser and you go to Google and you do a search for something, I don't know, peanut butter. And then you go to Facebook, and then all of a sudden, as you're browsing through Facebook, you see peanut butter ads popping up. Or, I don't know, Apple iPhone or Apple Watch or whatever it is that you most recently searched. In my case, it's usually tools. But you see those things pop up, right? And you wonder, how did they get there? Well, that's because there's all kinds of tracking going on when you use Google search or some of the other search engines, not just Google. But I've found out by doing some studies, as I'm getting more and more into this privacy and censorship and all that kind of stuff, I found out more and more about it, that there are search engines that are less likely to track you as you go through the list of them, but just about all of them track you in some way. And believe it or not, even though they're not a Google search engine, they still tag back into Google because Google is involved in so many other websites and everything else. That way that you can get a hit back into their search engine if you find something. So that's not necessarily good for you. If you don't want to be tracked, if you're already doing all the things that you can to secure yourself, but you don't know what you want to do as far as securing yourself for searches, then you might want to look at DuckDuckGo. Now, in my research, I've put together a little paper for you. Now I'm going to read a few different things from for you, but then also I've got several links that you can check out different things yourself. And there's a link that tells you how to customize DuckDuckGo on your iDevice so that it will become your default search engine. Pretty neat. Okay, so let me just read this one little quote or excerpt from the Search Engine Journal. Are you ready? Here we go. In the world of search, Google towers above the rest. It's the industry standard search engine that is relied on in most any instance, at least in the United States. And, let's be honest, it's for a good reason. Google search is an amazing tool. I mean, it was a noun that became a verb. Instead of us saying search for it, we say Google it. All right, back to the article. But competitors are always going to be vying for search market share, and from time to time, there are going to be some search engines that are actually worth using. DuckDuckGo may be one of those competitors, especially if you're looking for privacy that you may not get elsewhere. But DuckDuckGo has plenty to offer searchers. And then from an interview with DuckDuckGo, actually from their website, our privacy policy is simple. We don't collect or share any of your personal information. The website's homepage said this right below the search engine field. We don't share or collect any of your personal information. That's pretty important. So as you're going through different things in your head and you're thinking about, should I switch to Parler? Should I switch to MeWe? Should I switch to Rumble? Should I switch my search engine to DuckDuckGo? It's really easy for you to check it out. Just go to DuckDuckGo.com. And then you can do some different searches and find out how it ranks if you want to compare side by side with Google and find out if it gives you the information that you want. The good news is you know that you're not being tracked if you use DuckDuckGo. Well, that brings up some other thoughts. What about your browser? I'll be honest with you. Now I'm running Linux, so probably the most popular browser on Linux is Google Chrome. And that's something for me to think about. I may consider switching to Firefox or some other browser. Now, you may want to think about that yourself, and I'll probably do some information about that in the coming weeks. Okay, so listen, if you want this quick PDF I put together for you, there's actually 3 pages. I'm only showing you 2 right here. But if you want this PDF, I'd be happy to give it to you if you'll just send me a message and ask for it. Say DuckDuckGo PDF or the PDF or whatever. I'm getting a lot of messages lately, so you might want to specify DuckDuckGo. Anyway, I would love to get it to you. As soon as I get back to a computer, once I get your request and I get back to a computer where I've got it downloaded, I'd be happy to send it to you. Okay, that's it for tonight. But you know what I haven't done in a long time? We haven't listened to Look at You Now. So let's close with Look at You Now. I've got to run. I am so thankful that I have a meeting call tonight, a Zoom call, a Zoom meeting, a leadership call, whatever you want to call it, that I need to go prepare for. So anyway, I hope you have a fantastic afternoon. Be blessed, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Hey, today is Wealth Wednesday, so if you haven't done it yet, go be a blessing to somebody. What I did, I picked up a cup of coffee cappuccino for my wife at Java Jack's, our local favorite coffee shop, and I was taking it to her because she was getting her hair done. But while I was there, I went ahead and paid for the people behind me. They weren't there yet, but whenever they get there, I'm sure they were appreciative because they got $5 off of their coffee. So, all right, be blessed. Do something like that. I'm not bragging about what I did. I'm just giving you an idea of what you can do. If you're in a city that has a toll booth, pay for the person behind you in the toll booth. If you're going out to eat or buying a milkshake or whatever, offer it to the people. Hey, here's a gift that I do every now and then. When I go walking in the morning, I carry a $5 bill with me. And if I see somebody that God impresses on me to give them an offering, a blessing, I'll just give them the $5 and say, I feel like blessing you today. Would you like this? And I've never had anybody turn it down. So anyway, there are also other things you can do. A lot of people will slip a $5 or a $10 or $20 bill, whatever they've got, inside a box of diapers or in the baby food or wherever. In fact, I saw one lady who had taken $5 and put it in. Where did she do it? I think she put it on the shelf in the grocery store between some items so somebody would grab that $5 bill. Some people are just amazed and blessed by that. Some people think, man, I deserve that. So I don't know what you want to do. All right, so listen, if you want this PDF, send me a message. I'd be happy to get it to you. And I hope you have a fantastic Wealth Wednesday. Be blessed. Let's listen to some Look at You Now. See you later. Bye-bye.